Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant, and today I want to talk about Elite Dangerous, specifically patch 2.2 and some new functionality that has been introduced to the system maps. And you can see that in action here. As you go to the system map and zoom into any landable planet or moon, when you get close enough, you get a fully resolved surface detail map. Now this is 100% accurate to what you're going to find when you head on out to the specific planet in question. What you see here will match 1-for-1 what you see on the physical planet. Now this has many uses for explorers because it allows you to identify a lot of surface features that you may want to go and visit. However, this new functionality has come under fire from many people within the community during the beta process. They tend to feel that it's a little bit too revealing and that it gives too much information too easily. This feedback has been received by Frontier. They've taken into consideration and now rejigged how this function actually works. What will happen now is that the system map will return to a 2.1 functionality. That means when you zoom in on landable planets, you'll just get the previously blank grid. To get the new surface map, you'll have to fly right up to the planet and do a surface scan before that is actually revealed. Unfortunately though, there is now another segment of the community that feels very strongly against this change. They feel that this change essentially renders the new surface maps entirely redundant. One of the advantages of the new surface maps was that when you jumped into a system, you could then determine whether or not a particular planet was worth visiting or not. And this essentially saved players huge amounts of time of having to fly up to planets that they ultimately had no interest in. And in my previous videos during beta, you'll have seen me use this functionality to go out and explore planets that had nice sightseeing prospects. So quite naturally, the community is very divided over this, and this is just the players that so far have access to beta. The patch obviously hasn't made it to the live servers yet, and I suspect when it actually does, there's going to be quite a bit of backlash over these changes. To make matters worse, during beta 7, the most recent update, there was a bug introduced into the system map, which gave it somewhat unusual functionality, which you can see here. So this is how the advanced discovery scan works at the moment. Frontier have admitted that it is bugged and unintended, but let's take a quick walkthrough of what's going on here. When you do an advanced discovery scan, it reveals to you the location of all planets within the particular system, but it doesn't tell you what those planets actually are. In order to find out what the planet is, you have to go up and do a surface scan. If you don't do that, then the planets will remain blank and you'll have no further information on them visually at all. And of course, to get the surface map, which we just saw, you also have to go up close and do the surface scan. Now, perhaps unsurprisingly, there is now another vocal area of the community that is asking for this bugged functionality of the advanced discovery scan to become its default functionality. They like the idea of planetary systems to be completely blanked out, thus retaining some of the mystery of what occupies those systems. Now personally, I'd be lying if I didn't say I do have a preference amongst all these choices. I actually preferred the original changes introduced into the patch 2.2 update. I like to see the surface maps all revealed upon entry into the system with just a quick blast of the discovery scanner. But that is simply my own choice, and it doesn't mean it is the right choice. And ultimately, betas are all about testing functionality, all about finding performance, bugs and other problems and seeing what works and what doesn't work. In my personal opinion, changing the surface map so that it's hidden away behind a surface scan kind of renders the surface map redundant, largely because by the time you can do a surface scan, you're not far away from visual range of the planet anyway. And although there is the argument that having the surface map available at this point only does prevent you from having to go too close and therefore get trapped within the gravity well, I find that getting this close, you don't get trapped in the gravity well too much, and you're more than close enough to know whether you want to visit the planet or not, and therefore the surface map is largely redundant. But like I say, that's just my own opinion, and other people have other opinions. They like to retain the mystery, they like to retain the sense of exploration. All of these I can totally understand and relate to. So is there a solution that can please everyone here? Well, after some extensive reading on the forums, it seems that the community has started to come up with a solution. And this essentially involves rejigging at the current scanners we have, replacing the basic scanner, the intermediate scanner and the advanced discovery scanner with new scanners. The idea is that the basic discovery scanner should have this functionality. The intermediate discovery scanner could have this functionality. And the advanced discovery scanner could have this functionality. This sort of change will go a long way to addressing everyone's concerns and pretty much give everyone what they actually want. Of course, all of this could be balanced out in terms of cost and slot size and power draw or anything else that makes one scanner have an advantage over the other, and it would then have some other type of drawback on your ship perhaps. The thing is, the new surface map update is, as I said at the very beginning of the video, a highly anticipated feature, and I can't help feeling that if it's released in its current form of needing a surface scan before having any use, then it's quite likely it's going to receive some overwhelmingly negative feedback. I'm not sure if there's enough time for Frontier to do anything about this at the moment, but clearly they do have the code implemented within the game to offer all three functionalities for Discovery scanners. If you have any thoughts on this particular issue, do head on over to the Beta 2.2 forums and do get involved with the conversation, because Frontier are definitely willing to listen to feedback, and this is one of those subjects that could have as much feedback as possible on it before release. I'll link both the forums and the variety of threads in the video description below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.